Hey, it's Deb. It is exactly 1 year. 1 year, friends. 1 year since I've had COVID. Completely different video than a year ago. Anybody that followed my YouTube channel and saw all of the videos and sort of the journals that I made through my experience with COVID-19, you can definitely tell this is way different than that very first video. So now that it's been a year, I've decided to have the COVID-19 vaccination, and I had been thinking and considering making a video to kind of update everybody about, it's been a year, we reached the mark. And I'm not here to speak on Greg's behalf. This is definitely a journey of my own. But I felt a little bit more compelled a little bit sooner than I had anticipated to make this video because on Thursday, 11/11 at 11:30, I walked into Walgreens and I was scheduled for the Pfizer vaccination, and I had the first dose in my left arm. And since then, I've had several people reach out asking how I feel. But in today alone, I've had several people reach out in a private message, and some last night, but I simply didn't get them till today, pretty much offended that I would consider getting the COVID vaccination. So not to debate with these people or not to kind of put you in your place, but this is just for me to help you with any ignorance, a lack of knowledge that you may have about me, because I've put myself out there in the court of public opinion to say, I can't believe she would do that. Oh my gosh, she's crazy. I get it. Some people aren't for the vaccination. You do you, boo. But let me tell you this. Because I have the COVID vaccination, I'm not radioactive. I'm not contagious. I'm not going to hurt you. So you're safe. I promise you're safe. So whatever I decide to put into my body did not and will not, I promise you, it will not affect you. If you feel funny being around me because I had the vaccination, totally your call. Don't need to be around me. I was shocked at some of the messages that I received over the course of the last 12 hours. Like I said, my kids asked me if I would get the vaccination, and I said on my terms. I'm a very independent thinker. Anyone that knows me knows several things about me. I'm very approachable, I'm extremely relatable, and I'm a very independent thinker. It's pretty hard to talk me into doing something based on someone else's opinion. And it was interesting that somebody said to me, how could she put those toxins into her body? How could you put those toxins into your body? And I didn't reply, and I will not. And this is not a direct hit to anybody. This is a general statement that I've heard in overall, like, how could you put a toxin into your body? Okay, well, let's have a conversation about that. Alcohol is a toxin. I take a prescription medication for epilepsy. Now, that's really not something that I'll share as far as the details of it, but the benefits of me being able to function daily and drive a car and maintain being an aerobics instructor far outweigh whatever little side effects that I had that were temporary. So when I got the COVID vaccination, I wasn't given COVID. So again, I'm not going to make you sick. 12 years ago, I had an awful eye twitch. I was opening up my first studio. It was like 6 months. I was ready to run into traffic. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I can't handle this. My physician at the time, Dr. Jeffrey Resch, casually said to me after like 3 different visits, why don't you try Botox? Maybe that will help. Botox is a toxin. I was like, well, I don't know much about it, but I would literally be willing to do anything, cut off my right earlobe, get this twitch gone. It was so life-altering and stressful and just constant. Anyone that's ever had an eye twitch, what was 6 months? I got Botox. Of course, I had to do it on both sides. It was a miracle. Now, because I'm just getting old and I have my mother's eyelids, I have to keep these puppies lifted. So on occasion, I'll go and get some Botox. Now, I know a lot of women that shoot stuff into their face, and they may justify that, but they don't want to justify getting the COVID vaccination. Again, boo, you do you. I'm going to do me. I have breast implants. I have people that have debated that with me. And I could get on my soapbox and say, you know what? I had 2 babies. I used my body to have 2 sons. I also used my body to feed 2 children. And when I was done feeding them, I did not personally like aesthetically how my body looked. And I wanted to get it back to where it was pre-breastfeeding. I made a choice to have a breast augmentation, not once, but twice. And they're pretty fabulous. Now, there's people that have said, Well, you're putting a foreign object into your body. Yes, I have. And that was my choice. And I will assume whatever risk comes along with that. The same with me deciding to get the COVID vaccination. I will assume whatever risks there are that go along with getting this vaccination, and I will weigh them with the benefits. Not just the benefit to me, but the benefit to my neighbors, my members, the strangers that I meet in the grocery store, my kids. If I get this vaccination and it only does one thing, it puts a peace of mind in my children's head at the end of the day that their mother's protected. It is absolutely worth it. And I would do it over and over and over again. So I am not here to judge anybody, but please simply respect my decision. What I went through in 365 days of COVID, you are literally getting, and you got snapshots of in videos that I shared. There is so much more that we had gone through and still go through. And there's a lot that has happened from Thursday when I got the vaccination until today. But I can tell you this, I live with a man that has respected my decision. He has not made one shitty comment. He has asked me if I need anything. I was exhausted. I did not have COVID. It was nothing like when I first had it. The exhaustion was overwhelming, but I was blessed enough to be able to have a very warm, comfortable bed that I get to snuggle up with, and two adorable little puppies that absolutely loved hanging out with mom. And yeah, that picture I posted the other day, that was legit. I had a hat on and a scarf because I had to go outside to help him move patio furniture that I didn't think I should have to move, but whatever. So I'm a very approachable, very, very, very non-judgmental person. And I will always remain that way. I will always continue to be that way. So please don't ever hesitate to come and ask me personally why I would make a decision to do something. I want to help you understand that. And this was simply a personal decision. In now 7 minutes and 6 seconds, I cannot give you all the ins and outs of what has brought me to this point at the age of 49 and a half to make this decision in my life. But I can give you a small snapshot to help you understand that this is simply my choice. And again, I will say this every day and twice on Sunday, and it's Sunday, that me making this decision does not affect you. I am not going to make you sick. I'm not going to make your kids sick. I'm not going to make your parents sick. If anything, I'm going to help do my part to protect whomever. So it is a blessing that, first of all, we got through COVID. There are so many people that lost so many loved ones. There are so many people that have, to this day, awful, awful side effects from having COVID, something that they could not control. And there are people that I know that have had cancer, that for their quality of life, they chose to do radiation and chemotherapy, and those are toxins, because the benefit far outweighed the possibility of shortening their life and taking them from their loved ones. And my purpose and my goal in life is to leave people better than I found them. And the second part of that is that the amount of time that I have with my kids, I have no control over, but I have control over the quality of that time. And I never want to be a burden to my children. And I want the quality of time that I have with my kids to be the best that it can be. And if me making this decision helps with the quality of time that I have with them, that they are not worried when they're around me, it was worth it. I am far from perfect, and perfectionism will kill you. In fact, I just had to do a research paper on perfectionism and how it literally will kill you. I have become a relaxed eater. I have become relaxed in so many different ways in my life than I once was, being very, very rigid. And I've had to learn to do that with the way that I think, the way that I have at one time prejudged people about things. And as we age, we evolve, and, with wisdom comes power. And, hopefully you pass that on in the right way. And, I appreciate people challenging me. And, I hope that I've helped you understand my journey and my choices. And I respect and I wish you nothing but the best on yours. So I thank you all for keeping up with, even a year later, the COVID journey and the COVID diaries. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And I'm watching the snow fall and actually stick outside, but I don't think you kids are going to have a snow day. So, get yourselves ready for school tomorrow. All right, I'm back to Schoolwork. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.